Hey guys, what is up? So, I have currently been doing this little series for beginner filmmakers and YouTubers. I'm going to include this as an episode 3, even though it kind of is more for the actors rather than filmmakers. I just thought it's another important little aspect in like the film world. So, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a website/app called Backstage. So if you don't know what Backstage is, it's basically if you're an actor, you create a profile all about you with pictures and videos and all your information, and you can apply to a ton of different roles for films around you, whether it's student films or paid films. I am a filmmaker, so I am the one on the other end who can look at people's profiles and see if they fit a certain role or if I would like to see them audition for a role. On Backstage, I have looked at, I can't even tell you how many people's profiles, and I have gained a lot of information about what you should have in your profile, what you shouldn't have in your profile, and all that kind of stuff. So if you are an actor and you are curious of what, in the filmmaker eyes, what we're looking for, then here you go. These are just some tips if you're starting off on Backstage, or if you made a profile but only have one photo or something like that. Here's how you grow your profile and actually can get jobs. Starting off with something I see the least amount but I've seen multiple times is your location. If you live in Manhattan, New York, you live in Manhattan, New York, and that's it. I have invited somebody to apply or audition for a role before because it said they lived in Manhattan, New York. And I said, oh, if you want to audition, this film is taking place in New Jersey. I told them location, all that stuff, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be unavailable because I live in Florida. I'm like, if you live in Florida, why does your profile say you live in Manhattan, New York? I know it sounds like a dumb thing to say, but if you live in an area, make sure it is correct on your profile, because it is very frustrating when I'm looking for someone in the New York, New Jersey area and you live in Florida. The second thing is make sure you have at least 5 or 6 photos. Of course, I like to see more than 5 or 6 photos. I like to see 10 photos because it's fun to kind of look through maybe your types, if that makes sense. Like if there's a professional photo of you smiling, there's one of you very serious, there's an unprofessional photo of you where it's just you naturally. I'm going to put up on the screen a little example. I'm going to move over so you can see. This is my friend Melanie's Backstage profile. Her picture, she has a ton to go through, tons and tons and tons, and that is absolutely perfect. So good job on that, Melanie. But as you can tell, she'll have a happy photo. Now she has some professional photos where she's happy and some where she's in different poses, and then she has natural photos of her just on a regular day Melanie, unfiltered Melanie. And then she also has like a serious photo to show, you know, her serious side. That is the perfect example of the photos you should have on your Backstage profile. It helps a lot. Videos. Have videos. If you don't have videos, chances are you're not gonna get picked for a role. Because if you apply for a role and you have 2 photos and no videos, I'm not gonna pick you. There's a small chance that you look the part, so I may ask you to audition, but that's a little slight chance of that happening. I love to look through videos and how people act in certain situations and certain genres of movies. A good profile that I've seen, I'm not sure their name, I don't want to share it because I don't really know them personally, but I recently saw they had a dramatic scene of like them talking back and forth with someone or them doing a monologue. It was dramatic. Then they had a comedic one to show their funny side and that they can be funny. And then on top of that, they had a few things they've been in before. If you don't already have a demo reel, I really suggest you try to make one, even if it's just you pulling out your phone and recording a dramatic monologue or comedic monologue. That will help us as filmmakers so much more, because if we watch your video and we really, really love you, chances are, even if, say someone's audition is better than you, I still might pick you just because of the videos you have on your profile. So if you don't have videos, I highly suggest you try and get some on there because it'll really help you out, I promise you. One of the most annoying things that I have seen on Backstage is age ranges. Now, my age range, I feel like I can pass 14 years old to 22 at the highest. That's really stretching it, but there's my age range. It's a small age range. It's 8 years. I think I did that math right, but that's not the point. I have seen people on Backstage who say their age range is 13 to 40. If you can look 13 and look 40 at the same time, please tell me how, because I would really love to know. I'm 18 years old. Can I pass as a 40-year-old woman? No, I cannot pass as a 30-year-old woman. I can barely pass as a 25-year-old. If your age range is 13 to 40, something's gotta be wrong, because there's no way you can pass as both ages. I say in age range, don't go any more than 10 years because it also helps me as a filmmaker narrow down the ages that I want. If I want 17 to 19, sometimes I have to go through people whose age ranges are like 15 to 30, and it's like, I don't want that. I want someone who looks 17, 18, or 19, not someone who looks 25, if that makes any sense. So try to keep your age ranges a little smaller. Be reasonable. Don't tell me you can look 13 and look 40 at the same time, because I know that's not true. I've seen your pictures. The last thing we're gonna talk about is your descriptions and like the information about you, because on Backstage there's an option to put in your ethnicity, your weight, well, there's age range, you can put in height, color of your eyes, color of your hair, color of your skin, like all that kind of stuff. To me, that is very important when I am looking for someone, because, for example, if I already casted somebody like Melanie. Melanie is a pale skin ginger. I can't have someone with super, super dark skin and black hair to be her mother. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically, that's just one aspect of like what I look for and why I think that your descriptions are important. I'm not saying yes, put your ethnicity. If you're not comfortable putting your ethnicity down or your gender down, that is perfectly fine. I'm not saying you have to do that, but it is helpful. Your height is actually helpful too in some instances. For me, this new film I'm making, the brother is supposed to be the big brother, protective of his little sister, you know, all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. And Melanie plays the sister, and she's 5'5", 5'6", maybe. I think she's 5'5". If I want this protective brother, I can't have someone who's 5'3". I can't have a brother that's 5'3". So if I have a shorter brother and a taller sister, but the brother's supposed to be older and protective, it's just not gonna look right. So sometimes height and ethnicity and age range and the color of your hair and the color of your eyes are really helpful, because it helps me narrow down my choices for the specific people that I'm looking for. So those are all the tips that I have for you guys today. I hope that helped in some way possible, and I'm sorry that this was for actors and not filmmakers, but I felt like it can help a decent amount of people who maybe are trying to start off their acting career. If you've never heard of Backstage and you're an actor and want to be an actor, I highly suggest you guys make a profile, because that would be really cool. Also, if you live in the New York, New Jersey area, I suggest you leave your name down below, because I make films quite often and I'm looking for new people all the time. So, just a suggestion. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next week. Bye.